Thank you very much, thank you. We'd like to start off with a number called Fairies Wear Boots.
So that's it, guys. That's a rough take of Fairies Wear Boots by Black Sabbath. That is probably the first recording heard live that is recorded in history. That is Fairies Wear Boots recorded before they brought it into the studio to record their second LP, Paranoid. It's a very early version of it. Some of the fills that Bill does are a little different. But that is the live version taken from the Electric Circus show in Switzerland, April 29th, 1970. And there's the kit that Bill Ward was using. The Ludwig 60s jazz kit, Gray Ripple, is the wrap finish. Black Sabbath at the strip club. Awesome photo there of Bill Ward's kit again. Early Sabbath. There's a little promotional poster of advertising their debut album. Yeah, it's kind of hard playing this live stuff because the reason is, trying not to damage this, because it's so distorted sounding, the sound quality, so it's kind of hard to really lock in tight with the tempo and with the band. But that's how it was live. I mean, when these guys played live, you know, it wasn't their fault, but they just weren't provided really good PA systems back then, and they couldn't hear themselves. So sometimes the mistakes are cool, especially where you hear me kind of getting fast, speeding the tempo up, and then slowing it down, you know, and I hear a lot of that. Not necessarily hear it, but you feel a lot of it when you're playing this old school bootleg live Black Sabbath material, because when these guys play live, again, like I said, repeat myself, they couldn't really hear themselves very well, so it was kind of hard to hear over the drums bashing and crashing away, and maybe the guitars were too loud, and maybe Ozzy couldn't hear his vocals, but that's the fun of playing live, to recreate that feeling. And again, I find myself in the same situation. Here it is again, Paranoid. Find myself in the same situation where I can't hear over all the crashing and bashing with the cymbals. I lose track of where I'm at. And I tried doing the fills during the break. I tried doing them very similar to Bill Ward's fills on that particular version. And for the most part, it was almost spot on. And again, the fills he does at the breaks were a little bit different than it was heard. Then the fills on the breaks on this version are a little bit different than the studio version taken from the Paranoid album that everybody knows. So War Pigs and Fairies Wear Boots were the first two early songs written before they went to Regent Sound Studios to record Paranoid. This was recorded, I believe, in July 1970, right after the release of their debut album in the U.S., and then this was released in September 1970. Cool story, I never knew this, but the album was originally supposed to be called War Pigs, because I didn't understand Paranoid, and then it has this picture of this warrior, looks like a soldier, some kind of warrior with a sword and a shield. I'm like, what does that have to do with Paranoid? It has nothing to do with Paranoid. The album was supposed to be called Black Sabbath War Pigs, but because of parental advisory and they were not allowed to, parental advisory was a little more strict back then, and they weren't allowed to put war on a album cover. That was like big no-no. You know, just like how you weren't allowed to curse on TV and all that stuff was going on. But so there you go. And then here's Black Sabbath, the early logo head seen on Billboard's kit. Zildjian cymbals, cowbell, Premier and Ludwig hardware. Ludwig Speed King is what I got. This is another early Black Sabbath logo, also seen on his Ludwig kit, right after they changed the band name from Earth to Black Sabbath. There's the little Ludwig Cloud Weathermaster badge. Serial number 66666. And then again, I use the Boss equalizer, the GE7 equalizer, to EQ the drums to make them sound like to make the drums sound like a noise machine inside of a small venue like a club or a bar, just like where this concert was recorded at the Electric Circus. Black Sabbath shirt, 1970. Thanks again, guys. Hope you liked it. Again, it's supposed to be in the style Billboard, not necessarily a note-for-note perfect thing, but more of a demonstration tutorial and for entertainment. Thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks, guys.